For instance, you have to say for regarding, you can say vis-a-vis. Then you can use like for underestimate or for take for granted, you can use trivialize. Do you want to practice your English in an effective way? Then you are in the right place. But before we talk about how you can practice your spoken English, what ways you can use, what methods you can apply that will really make some difference to this language, to your life, and that will really make you feel that yes, I am improving. We need to know first what we are doing wrong. Where are we going wrong? We will be talking about some points that will clarify why are you not able to see improvements in yourself. Before we begin, if you have still not followed my Instagram page, then do follow it to get quick learning tips by reels and stories. And also, you will be getting the new updates regarding the courses. So hello everybody, this is Tanya, your ESL coach, and in this video I'll be talking about some effective tips that will really make you fluent in English. And yes, don't really think about becoming or being fluent in English, but think to practice more and more, because practice will ultimately make you fluent. So you know it very well, practice makes a man perfect, and in this video I'll be talking about all those things that will really make some difference. Something that you have been trying for a long time but it has not been working, then it will be working for sure if you do follow it. Now without any further ado, let's get started. The first and the most important point is you don't have the environment where you can speak in English with somebody. Why am I saying this? Because you do a lot of grammar, you try to learn a lot of vocabulary, and this is not a new thing that I'm telling, because this has been said by many people and I have also mentioned this in many of my videos. But still I'm mentioning because obviously I'm concluding the points, and see, if this is being triggered to you again and again, so you should follow it. Don't you think so? You have to make that environment. You have to make an environment for you where you can speak in English with somebody. Now the question would be going on, how can I do it? So okay, it's again not something new. If this question arises in your mind, then again it's not new, because there have been a lot of things for you in the past, and still there are so many things. Okay, so okay, again coming back to my point, why am I saying this? Because you collect a lot of knowledge, but where will you be implementing it? You have to, and you need to implement it, otherwise it will not be happening. I have said it earlier also that it's just like a mathematics. It's not, or it does not matter how many formulae you learn. It's all about implementing, that how many sums you are able to solve and what results are you getting. So here also, when you practice your English, when you have that environment, when you speak with somebody, then you can see the results. About creating a perfect environment for you, so I will be talking about that, but at the end of this video. Now the second flaw coming in my mind is sentence formation. I don't know why you people don't really take care of this. You don't, means I'm not saying that you don't want to form a sentence, but see, I agree that vocabulary is important. I agree some expressions, idioms, phrasal verbs and grammar, everything is important. See, because it's not that you can skip any one of them. You have to take care of each and everything. You have to divide your time equally. But what I'm saying is your main focus should be on sentence formation part. You just judge yourself. You are able to explain your routine. You are able to answer this perfectly, that how was your day. I'm not talking about the expressions or the phrases people use, that it was a fabulous day, can't complain, the day treated me so well, so far so good. I'm not talking about all these things. You can mug it up, you can memorize it, and you can answer it nicely. But what I'm saying is, see, just for the sake of learning, just for the sake of forming sentences and making it longer, you need to explain to yourself at least. Like if others ask you, then yes, can't complain and so far so good, these are the good things. But for the sake of learning, again I'm saying, the time you woke up, since the time you woke up till now, if you're not able to explain your daily routine, if you're not able to introduce yourself properly, if you're not able to talk about your plans for this weekend, your future plans, your past things, your present things, if you're not able to explain, if you're not able to form the sentences, then what's the point? You have to do it. Okay, so the first I talked about making a perfect environment for you. You have to take care of the sentence forming part. Sentence forming in the sense, again, whatever I'm speaking at this moment, I'm not really thinking, or I'm not thinking in my native language. Whatever coming in my head, I'm just delivering this to you people. But what I'm saying, if you are doing something, like if I have again, this one also I have mentioned in many of my videos, that if you are doing something, then again test yourself that whether you are able to convert all your thoughts, I'm highlighting this, all your thoughts into English language or not. Because if you are able to convert, or see, because when we speak in our native language, then we use a lot of slangy way, means slangy terms we use, and there is no other option, you should know their translations as well. Okay, so these two things are very very important for me, according to me it's very important. Then slowly about grammar, vocabulary, expressions, phrasal verbs, so these will never you cannot escape from all these things. Okay, and this will not spare you, again all these 3 4 points, it will not spare you, you will have to be with all these points also, but it will be going simultaneously. It's not that today you will complete all your vocabulary, tomorrow all the phrases. No, it will be going simultaneously. It is a long process, it will be happening gradually. You cannot expect a drastic change within a day, you cannot expect all these things overnight. You need to accept the truth. If you are done till here, if you think that yes, you are doing fine till here, the points I mentioned so far, then you are ready enough to move ahead. Now, the effective ways I am going to talk about, for that, you need to first determine your level. Ask yourself, what's your level? If you are not able to explain about your daily routine, like how was your day, then your future plans, means you are not really able to distinguish, or simply you are not able to form the sentences, then you are absolutely in a basic level. But I would consider you above basic if you are able to speak in a broken English, but you know the difference when to speak, or when the person is speaking in past, present and future, a bit, not in a very refined or in a very perfect manner. Okay, then there are so many criteria. First you google it, that how you can recognize your level, or if someone is there around you who can tell your level, then ask that person that whether you are in basic, above basic, below intermediate, above intermediate, advanced or mastery level. What level you are at, you need to determine it first. So at this moment I'm considering the basic to above basic level, or you can consider the below intermediate level too. So I'm going to talk about those people. This one is something which is very very effective. You need to understand it, you can't escape from all these points. Okay, because if you do it, then only you will feel some real improvements in yourself. And I'm not saying that no one will tell you this, everybody tells, everybody has their own way, but again it's all about what you are grasping from them, right? Okay, sorry for that mispronunciation. You have the words. Now I'm not talking about that you start doing phrasal verbs or idioms on the very first day. No, it's not going to help you at all. You have the words I'm saying, then you have to make a lot of sentences using those words. A lot of means, first you make short sentences, then you make a little longer sentences, and that's how you have to practice for few days. Then once you feel that you are comfortable, I can't give you any target that do it for 1 week or 2 weeks, because everybody has their own capacity, own caliber or own potential, so accordingly you will decide. But after a few days, after that dedicated few days, if you feel that now you are comfortable, and you think that yes, it's fine, now I can move ahead, then you will start framing the paragraphs. So again, this is not the only task you have to do. I have said this thing many a time, I would again say that English is not about that you are doing one task and you will be consistent to that one task only. Means you are doing writing, then you will keep doing writing. No, you have to do a lot of things at a time simultaneously, you have to divide your time equally. But still, this writing part is something that everybody is comfortable with, and it gives you a good start, that's why I'm saying. So now you feel that you are comfortable with the small or little longer sentences, then okay, now you people might be thinking that why am I speaking only in English if this is for basic level. I also think that whether it makes sense really or not, but okay, I believe that people are able to understand English, because I in one of my videos I was speaking in Hindi, so a person was saying that ma'am please don't speak, or yeah, he said something like that, please don't speak in English, Hindi. So yeah, okay, but I will speak little slow, let's try. Then after you feel you are comfortable with that, then you have to make paragraphs. You have to take the combination of 4 to 5 words, and then you will be making paragraphs, stories. whatever suits you, whatever floats your boat, means जिससे भी आपका काम चल जाए, जो भी आपको सही लगे कि हाँ इसकी वजह से ये हो रहा है, तो you will be doing that. Now along with this method, what you have to do, just fix a time for you, means when you are when you feel good writing, at what time you feel good writing, so then you will give that particular time for your writing. But along with that, simultaneously you have to listen to as well, you have to listen to few things. Listening practice is extremely important, it's crucial for listening. If you are at basic, above basic, or below intermediate level, then I would prefer you the animated stories, or that animated conversational parts where people converse to each other, that really works well. And I would not deny, or I would just say it honestly, that I also did that. It was so effective, because I used to feel, wow, how good they are talking, that are you planning for a picnic? Yes, we are, would you like to join us? Or so these are the expressions at first I learned from there only, and it's very effective. Please try it, okay? The animated stories. Then writing you are doing, listening you are doing, for first, or means for few days, 2 to 3 weeks, it's okay if you're not comfortable speaking with somebody, because obviously you have just started, you need to gain some confidence first, otherwise how will you be speaking? If you start to speak when you are absolutely not confident, then you will feel that why to try it again. So first you gain some confidence, and all these confidence you will get when you listen to others. Yes, and one more the most important part is, you need to talk to yourself. You need to rehearse first, right? You have to practice first, that if you get a platform, if you get a person, then how will you be talking to that person? Then you have a mirror, you have your mobile phone, record your video. Just imagine yourself that there is a person sitting next to you or talking to you, and you have to talk to that person, that yes buddy, tell me, not buddy and all, because these are some slangs, whether you'll be comfortable or not. So yes, first you say that, yes, take somebody's name. If you have a good friend, so take that person's name and say that, how was your day? Mine was good. What are you doing? Are you studying these days? Are you working these days? These questions you yourself ask, and then you answer also. You'll have to answer as well to those questions, and you just create a situation, creating the situations and speaking there. So I conclude it again, okay? But what did I say? Practice this: words to sentences, sentences to paragraph to stories, as per your choice. Then simultaneously you have to listen to as well, you have to listen to the animated stories with subtitles. And if you really want to know the meaning of the words you don't know from that video, then pause it and search it in the Google, or just write it somewhere, then search it later on. Then what I said, yes, practice to yourself first. I gave you such a good idea. How was your day? Such a best question. I don't know how do you see this question, or what do you feel about this question? I don't know, but it's such a good question, because here you actually speak in simple past tense, and then you can understand that whether you are speaking well or not. Okay, and then you can talk about the coming days, you can talk about the weekend and all in future tense. Okay, so do all these things. And reading, it's your choice. I know that I can't force anybody to read, because it requires, or yeah, because this requires a lot of concentration if you're not habitual of reading. So I don't want to force anybody, it's all right, like you can skip it for a moment, but yes, try to inculcate this in your habit if you can, because this one is also highly effective. If you are doing it right now or not, but at some point of moment you will realize that if I don't read, then from where I will get new things in my head? I will get new things in my head, if I said it right. Yeah. Because see, if you don't get the things, then what will you be speaking to others? हमारे पास कुछ नया होना चाहिए ना, कुछ नया बोलने के लिए. If we restrict ourselves with that limited knowledge, then we can't really expand our sentences, expand our thoughts. So these things are very important. Now for the people who are at intermediate level, let me tell you, your journey can become smoother if you want. But I know that the person who are already in that situation, for them it's less. Or for a human being, it's always less. I can feel it, and there's nothing wrong in it. So what do you have to do? You will be listening a lot. Again, the same situation, but yes, you can switch. If you like to watch web series, if you like to watch some speeches, As I have mentioned in my videos that I really love listening to Priyanka Chopra. I really admire her. So in this way, if you really like somebody, so listen to them. Okay. And some, like what I'm recalling at this moment, that Kung Fu Panda, I think I just pumped into that video one of someday, I don't remember. So it was such a good one, along with the subtitles. So I enjoyed watching that. Okay, so you can prefer all those things for the intermediate level, I'm saying. Now, for the intermediate level, speaking cannot be a choice for you, it's mandatory for you, because you are at the intermediate level. And now, how will you be creating environment for you? So there are so many options. I personally like CV application, but yes, I'm not saying that I use it. I used CV application for my videos. If you people remember that I made around 3 4 videos on that CV application, I conversed to people because I earlier I used to follow that algorithm. So there I also saw that there is an AI tutor, and AI tutor for intermediate level, I would say it's very good for your learning part. And there you have some real people also, and some good people. Most of them are from South India, what I'm recalling. So yeah, you just go ahead with that. Okay, you have to be in that environment. Sometimes you speak or you talk to that AI tutor for your knowledge, for that real practice. If you really want to convey your emotions to somebody, then go ahead with that real people. That environment should be there, effective listening practice should be there, and you can start with the reading part. If you don't like to read, then push yourself, but do read. Now, if you think you are at intermediate level and you will not have to learn anything at all, so it can never happen. It can never happen. You will have to learn every day. That means you have to collect good words for you. You have to collect good expressions, good phrasal verbs, good phrases, and good idioms for you. You have to do it. Otherwise, you will be stuck there only in that level itself. You have to move forward towards the advanced level, and for that you need to learn every day. Because when you are at intermediate level, then you just imagine yourself that you are intermediate. That means you below intermediate come above intermediate, or just consider yourself at above intermediate level, that means B2 level. So when you are at that level, you have the advantage that your sentence formation is good, means you don't really need to think what you are speaking, because it's just coming automatically, it's coming. But to reach to the advanced level, when we can consider a person that he is at advanced level, when he can say, when he is using good phrases, good expressions, and when he is not saying the things normally. It's very important point that I'm saying. So when a person is not saying anything or any sentences in a normal way. For instance, if you say I met that person suddenly, it does not make sense. You have to say I bumped into that person. When you say you are looking happy, you can also say you seemed to be so happy. What's the matter? Or what are you up to? And all these things. Okay, so these expressions and all that really make your conversation advanced or make your sentences advanced. So you have to replace those simple terms from some good terms and some advanced terms. You need to learn it. You need to first practice it. You need to repeatedly say it, repeatedly recall it. Then only it will come into the practice, and then you will be able to speak it naturally. So in order to speak naturally, you have to practice it into your head multiple times. And for the advanced level learners also, you have the similar things. You need to replace some simple terms from the advanced terms. For example, or for instance, you have to say, for regarding, you can say vis-a-vis. Then you can use like for underestimate or for take for granted, you can use trivialize. So these are the things you need to find, you need to learn, you need to memorize. It's not something that someone would say and you would observe that person and you would start using. It works, but to a limited extent it works. But if you want something like you want a lot of sentences like this, so you need to learn for that. You need to particularly, you can find a book, or you can purchase something, or you can simply follow someone. Okay, but you need to make it in a bulk, and then only you can see the difference. Now, okay, I would like to conclude it. So if you want to go from basic to advanced, then you can follow these steps or those steps that I mentioned. But if you want to learn it separately, that you are at basic level, intermediate level, or advanced level, then it's a different case. But see, its learning could be similar only, or it would be similar for all types of learners. But again, I would conclude it in a manner that if you're starting, then focus on words, whatever you are learning. Even if you're at advanced level, then you have to learn the meaning of the words first, then you make sentences, and then you use it in a situation. So similar type of concept, okay, similar strategies are there. You just need to analyze yourself first, that what works better for you, what does not, and then accordingly you will be working. So use or learn a lot of words, make sentences, then make longer sentences, use it in a situation, make paragraph, make stories. So focus more and more on sentence formation part. Then talk to yourself, practice, rehearse first, that how will you be actually speaking if you get the chance to speak to somebody. Okay, now yeah, listening practice is very very important. I For every type of level, I always suggest these animated stories along with the subtitles. You can remove subtitles, because when you watch animated stories, then you don't have any kind of anxiety or stress that what would happen next. It could be there, but you don't have that anxiety or stress. Especially it happens to me, because when I see people, so I start feeling for them means I start becoming emotional. And when you have that animated story, so it's okay, you have that somewhere in your head that you are watching it to improve your English. Okay, all these things are there. Making or creating your environment for that, particularly, I would say there is no option apart from finding a real person to talk to. Applications are there. If you have friends, then just well and good, but I know it cannot happen. So you have that application, you have that AI tutor, you have chat gpt. If you want to improve your writing skills, then nothing can be best than or better than chat gpt. Okay, so chat gpt is the best one. So all these things you can follow, but just keep few things in your head, or some certain things in your head, that learn a lot, learn a lot. Learn in the sense, way of framing sentences, repeated ones, words, phrasal verbs, phrases, expressions, idioms. Learn all these things, use it, implement it. And then environment, I think I mentioned or not. Okay, environment should be there, environment must be there, means you must have people to talk to. And then you will have some own strategies of yours, as I said, that replacing some simple terms from some good terms. So apply all these things. Okay, just make a note, just be ready with pen and copy, write it somewhere, make your own strategy, and then implement. Okay, you have to do all these things. Okay, now if you need any further suggestions, then you can comment me down in the comment section. I will surely be replying. And as I talked about Instagram, so if you are really looking for some courses, so you can join me there. But again, I'm not really promoting anything as such, but I don't know whether you people are actually aware with that, means on that page I do all these things or not. And that's why I'm mentioning, because you should know, right? If you're watching me, so you should know all these things as well, because you can't do everything everywhere. So if you consider, so overall my Instagram is different from my YouTube, or vice versa. Okay, so you'll be checking all those things. And now see you soon in the next video. Till then, bye bye, and thank you.